There is a specific kind of silence that is deafening. It is not the silence of an empty house, but the silence that screams at you while you are sitting right next to your spouse. You look at them across the dinner table, or you lie beside them in the dark, and you feel an ocean of distance between you. It is a physical ache in your chest, a heavy density that makes you wonder if you have made a terrible mistake, or if you are simply going crazy. You try to speak your truth, you try to share the awakening that is exploding inside of your soul, but your words seem to hit a glass wall. They look at you with blank eyes, or perhaps they dismiss you, telling you to stop reading those books, to stop thinking so much, to just be normal. But you cannot be normal, not anymore. Because deep down, you know that this loneliness is not an accident. It is not a failure of your marriage counseling, and it is not a flaw in your personality. What if I told you that this isolation was actually predicted? What if I told you that this profound sense of solitude is actually a biological and energetic symptom of the most important event in human history? We are living through a time that Dolores Cannon called the separation of the worlds. For decades, through thousands of hypnosis sessions with people from all walks of life, people just like you, Dolores uncovered a hidden truth about the time we are in right now. She found that as the Earth prepares to shift into the fifth dimension, relationships that were founded on the old, heavy karmic density of the third dimension would begin to crumble. Not out of malice, but out of necessity. You found this video because you are vibrating at a frequency that is becoming incompatible with the reality you have lived in for years. You are feeling the Solitude Prophecy. This is the phenomenon where the awakening soul must undergo a period of intense isolation, even within a crowded room, even within a marriage, to detach from the old matrix. Dolores often spoke about the 3 waves of volunteers, souls who came to Earth specifically to help raise the vibration of the planet during this critical transition. Many of you listening right now are those volunteers. You came in with a mission. You came in with a distinct energy signature that acts as a broadcast signal. But here is the difficult truth that your higher self wants you to remember today. To do this work, you often had to embed yourself deep within the third-dimensional matrix. You had to go undercover. This meant marrying people who were deeply asleep. It meant signing soul contracts with partners who were never intended to wake up with you. Think back to when you met your partner. It likely felt safe. It felt grounded. Maybe it felt familiar. In the metaphysical sense, that relationship served a crucial purpose. It acted as an anchor. If you had awakened to your full multidimensional power 20 years ago, you might have floated right off the planet. You needed the density of a 3D marriage to hold you in place, so you could mature, so you could clear your own karma, and so you could survive in a harsh world. But now, the frequencies of the planet are rising. The Schumann resonance is spiking. The energy coming from the great central sun is bombarding your DNA, activating strands that have been dormant for millennia. As you change, as your frequency rises, the harmonic resonance between you and your partner is breaking. Imagine 2 tuning forks. For years you vibrated at the same note. But now you have been struck by the light of the new earth, and you are humming a high C while your partner is still vibrating at a low G. The dissonance creates friction. It manifests as irritation, exhaustion, and that crushing loneliness. You feel drained just by being in the same room. You might find yourself needing to retreat to nature or staying up late just to be alone in the psychic quiet. This is because their energy field, which used to feel comforting, now feels like a heavy blanket that is suffocating your light. This is the hardest part of the ascension process. Dolores warned us that as the Earth splits into 2 distinct frequencies, the old Earth of fear and control, and the new Earth of love and creation, the people in our lives would make their choice. Some are choosing to stay. They are comfortable in the illusion. They are attached to the drama, the politics, the fear-mongering, and the material density, And because you love them, you try to drag them up the mountain with you. You send them videos, you try to explain the shift, you plead with them to see what you see, but they cannot. It is not that they are stubborn, it is that they literally do not possess the receptor sites in their current consciousness to process what you are saying. It is like trying to explain color to someone who was born without eyes. This creates a profound grief. You are mourning the death of the relationship while you are still in it. You are grieving the future you thought you would have. But listen to me closely. This loneliness is a protective mechanism. The universe is isolating you to insulate your vibration. If you were fully enmeshed with your partner right now, their density would anchor you to the old earth. The solitude you feel is actually a buffer zone created by your guides. It is an energetic quarantine designed to allow your light body to integrate these massive downloads of high-frequency energy without interference. You are not alone because you are unlovable. You are alone because you are undergoing a metamorphosis. The caterpillar must dissolve completely within the cocoon before it becomes the butterfly. You are in the cocoon stage. Your marriage, which was once your home, has become the tight skin of the caterpillar that you have outgrown. It feels constricting because you are expanding. And I know it hurts. I know you feel guilty. You look at them and you feel a sense of betrayal, as if you are leaving them behind. But you must understand the nature of the contract you signed before you were born. You did not agree to stay asleep forever just to keep someone else comfortable. You agreed to awaken. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to honor your own vibration, even if it means standing alone in the light. To truly understand the depth of this solitude, we must be brave enough to discuss one of the most controversial and startling concepts Dolores Cannon ever uncovered. In her later work, specifically in the deeper volumes of The Convoluted Universe, she began to encounter a recurring theme regarding the population of Earth. She discovered that not everyone walking this planet is operating with the same soul complexity. She called them the backdrop people. Imagine you are on a movie set. You have the lead actors, that is you, the volunteer, the starseed, who have complex lines, deep emotions, and a critical character arc. But to make the scene look realistic, you need extras. You need people walking in the background, sitting in the cafe, filling the stadium seats. In the movie of your life, these backdrop people are essential to create the illusion of a full, bustling 3D reality. But they do not possess the same density of consciousness or the same capacity for spiritual expansion that you do. This is difficult to hear, but many of you are married to people who, energetically speaking, are part of the backdrop of your lesson. This explains the glass wall phenomenon I mentioned earlier. You are trying to have a deep soul-level metaphysical conversation with someone who is fundamentally designed to hold a static third-dimensional vibration. They are not refusing to understand you. They simply do not have the cosmic hardware to process the frequency of the fifth dimension. When you look into their eyes and feel that profound loneliness, you are sensing the lack of a resonance match. You are a vast, infinite being trying to plug into a socket that has no voltage. But why would the universe pair you with them? Why would your guides allow you to fall in love and build a life with someone who cannot meet you in the new Earth? This brings us to the second critical concept, the karmic accelerator. Dolores taught us that Earth is the hardest school in the universe. It is a school of duality and intense emotion. When you, as a volunteer, decided to come here, you were warned. You were told that to enter this heavy gravity, you would incur karma. You would get sticky. To ensure you could graduate during this lifetime, which is the final lifetime for this cycle, you had to clear all of your karmic debts rapidly. You did not have the luxury of spreading your lessons out over another 10 lifetimes. You had to do it all now. So in the spirit side, before you were born, you sat down with your soul family and the council. You looked at the records. You saw that you needed to learn patience or self-love, or how to stand in your power despite opposition. And a soul stepped forward, perhaps a soul you have known for eons, and said, I will help you. I will go down there and I will be the resistance. I will be the one who does not understand you. I will be the one who makes you feel lonely, so that you are forced to go within and find your connection to Source. Your marriage is not a mistake. It is a pressure cooker. It was designed to be difficult. If your partner understood everything you said, if they validated every spiritual experience you had, you would have remained comfortable. You would have settled into the illusion. The loneliness you feel is the catalyst. It is the fire under your feet that forces you to grow. You are being squeezed, and just like a piece of coal under immense pressure, this squeezing is what turns you into a diamond. Furthermore, we must look at the role of the custodians, the high-level beings that Dolores often spoke to, who manage the timelines of Earth. They have explained that, for a long time, opposites attracted to create balance. The high-vibrational person, you, was paired with a low-vibrational person, your partner, to act as a stabilizer. You were the battery charger. Your light kept them functioning, and their density kept you grounded. It was a symbiotic exchange of energy. But the rules have changed. We have passed the marker of 2012, and we are accelerating toward the 2026 threshold. The Earth can no longer support these parasitic energy entanglements. The battery charger dynamic is being dismantled by the energies of the new Earth. You are feeling exhausted and lonely because the universe is cutting the cord. You are being told, vibrationally, that you can no longer carry them. You can no longer process their emotions, their fears, and their density for them. The loneliness you are experiencing is actually the withdrawal of your energy from their field. It feels like a loss, but it is actually a retrieval. You are calling your pieces back. For years you fragmented your soul, leaving little pieces of your light in your spouse, in your children, in your job, trying to keep everyone else happy and afloat. Now the call has gone out to reintegrate. You are becoming whole again. This is why the disconnect feels so sudden and so sharp. It is not that you stopped loving them. It is that the contract is complete. You agreed to walk together as far as the fork in the road. You have reached that fork. One path, the path of the old Earth, loops back into the cycle of karma, reincarnation, and material density. The other path, the path you are blazing, spirals upward into the 5D reality of instant manifestation, telepathy, and unity consciousness. The pain you feel is the tearing of the Velcro. It is the friction of two worlds separating. You are standing on the bridge between eras, and you are realizing that you cannot carry heavy luggage across this bridge. Your partner, unfortunately, represents the luggage of the old world. This does not mean they are bad or evil. It simply means their soul has chosen a different curriculum. They have chosen to repeat the 3rd grade, and that is their free will. You, however, are ready for graduation. So the question shifts. It is no longer, how do I fix my marriage? The question becomes, how do I navigate the separation of worlds with grace? How do you honor the contract you signed without sacrificing your own ascension? Because make no mistake, your first duty is to the mission you came here to perform. You are a transducer of cosmic energy. If you stay in a state of grief, low self-worth, and loneliness, you clog the channel. You dim the light that you were sent here to anchor. The loneliness is not a symptom of a failing marriage. It is a symptom of a successful awakening. You have outgrown the container, and now you must decide what to do with the butterfly that has emerged. Do you try to stuff it back into the chrysalis, or do you trust the wings you have spent a lifetime growing? So where does this leave you? You are awake, you are vibrating at a frequency that your partner cannot perceive, and you are standing on the precipice of a new world. As we move closer to the pivotal energetic shifts predicted for 2026, the time for hesitation is over. Dolores Cannon spoke of a splitting of the worlds, describing it like cellular mitosis. One cell becomes two. For a while they are attached, pulling apart, creating tension. That is where you are right now. But soon the membrane will snap, and the two worlds will be distinct. You must ensure you are standing on the side of the new earth when that happens. This does not necessarily mean you must sign divorce papers today. The spiritual solution is often more subtle and powerful than drastic physical action. The solution lies in a concept Dolores called detachment with love. You must stop looking to your partner to validate your existence or to understand your mission. You must stop trying to wake them up. By shaking them, by arguing, by pushing your truth onto them, you are actually lowering your own vibration to meet theirs. You are re-entangling yourself in the karma you are trying to escape. Instead, you must become the lighthouse. Think about a lighthouse. It does not run up and down the beach looking for boats to save. It does not scream at the storm. It simply stands in its foundation, immovable, and it shines. It keeps its light burning bright, regardless of the weather, regardless of who sees it. You must become that lighthouse in your home. You must hold your frequency so high, so steady, that one of two things will happen. First, your unshakable light might actually act as a catalyst for your partner. When you stop pushing and start shining, they may naturally begin to rise to meet you. This happens rarely, but it is possible. Or second, and this is the more likely scenario for the starseeds listening, your vibration will become so repelling to their density that the universe will orchestrate a separation naturally. The job transfer will come. The lease will end. The circumstances will shift effortlessly to move you apart. You won't have to force it. The energy will displace you. You must prioritize your energy field above all else. This is not selfishness. This is survival. You are the antenna for the new earth frequency. If your signal is distorted by the static of a lonely marriage, you cannot download the instructions for the next phase of your life. Start finding your tribe. If you cannot find them in your physical house, find them here, in this community, in the ether. Connect with the family of light that recognizes you. The solitude you feel is only an illusion of the third dimension. In the fifth dimension, you are more connected than you have ever been. As we approach the threshold of 2026, the energies are going to intensify. The chaos in the external world, the old earth, will get louder. Your partner may become more entrenched in their fear. You must be the eye of the storm. You must realize that your contract to save them has been fulfilled. You save them by planting the seed of light in their presence. Whether that seed grows in this lifetime or the next is no longer your responsibility. Your responsibility is to your own ascension. You are being called to let go of the guilt. Guilt is a heavy anchor that will keep you trapped in 3D. You feel guilty because you are evolving, and they are not. But remember, every soul has free will. They chose their path. You chose yours. To dim your light to make them comfortable is a violation of your own soul contract. It is a disservice to the Creator who sent you here to shine. The new earth is not a place you go to. It is a frequency you embody. It is a state of being where loneliness does not exist because you realize you are one with Source. As you fully step into this power, you will attract a new kind of relationship. The twin flame or soul partner connections are waiting on the other side of this transition. These are relationships based not on karma and lessons, but on service and unified creation. But you cannot meet them while you are still gripping the hand of the past. You must have empty hands to receive what is coming. You are safe. You are protected. The solitude you feel is the universe wrapping you in a blanket of silence, so you can hear the whisper of your higher self. Do not fear the silence, embrace it. It is in this silence that you are remembering who you really are. You are a master, a volunteer, a being of immense power who dared to come into the density to break it open from the inside out. And you have succeeded. Do not look back at the crumbling city of the old earth. Keep your eyes forward. The dawn is breaking, and you are the ones bringing the sun. If you felt a resonance with these words, if you felt your soul stir and say, I remember, then you are part of this family. You are one of the volunteers. We are gathering now. We are finding each other across the grid. I invite you to subscribe to this channel and to turn on the notification bell. By doing so, you are casting a vote for the new Earth. You are signaling to the universe that you are ready for the next level of information. Leave a comment below declaring, "I release the old. I am ready for the new." Let us anchor this energy together. You are not alone. You never were. Welcome home.